Hi guys, here's another one. This one's going to be just a bit random. I posted on the Potterheads page asking people to give me ideas for topics, and I only really got a few responses, but this one's kind of going to cover the few responses I did get. Um, I had Tonks wanted me to talk about donuts, and for those that don't know, Tonks is also an admin on the page. She's awesome, as they all are. Um, So yeah, I don't really know how I'm going to talk about donuts, but I'll try. Um, I I haven't eaten a donut in a long time, mostly because about probably a couple of years ago, my brother worked for a donut chain, which here we call Donut King. I don't know if any other countries have the same chain, but basically they make donuts, and then but they also do like milkshakes and coffee and whatever else. Um, and yeah, he worked there for probably just over a year and a half or something. And whenever he worked a shift where he closed for the night, he would bring home tons and tons of donuts. So yeah, I haven't had donuts since because we had them coming out our ears. We just had that many of them. And I mean, they were good donuts, but it's just when you've got donuts everywhere, you kind of get sick of them. Um, But yeah, he used to bring home glazed eclairs and jam filled donuts and cinnamon donuts and all pretty much whatever was left at the end of the night. He'd get to pack it up and bring it home because it was going to go in the bin otherwise. So he'd bring it home, and because they made them fresh every day, so they'd only been made that morning. So and he'd bring them home, and then we'd have them sitting on the bench in the kitchen, and whenever you felt peckish, just go out and eat some donuts. But we just had them, and usually whatever he'd bring home would last for at least a couple of weeks. But because he'd work so many closes in a week, like he'd work say 3 nights in a row, and every night he'd bring home donuts. So from just one night, they would last for a week. So when he had 3 nights in a row, we'd have donuts to last us for months. It was ridiculous. But it was cool. And he doesn't work there anymore, so it's kind of we don't get donuts anymore. But maybe put in the comments what your favorite donut is. Cause, yeah, I mean I usually love the eclairs with the cream in the middle and the glaze on the side, like on the donut part. They're pretty good. But it depends on what flavour you get, because I like the chocolate and cream, but I don't like caramel. And then I like the donuts with sprinkles all over them. They're yummy. And I like the ones that are animal shapes or people shaped with like smarties for buttons down like a shirt. But yeah, so maybe yeah, put in the comments what your favorite donut is, guys, because yeah, just for fun. um, and I also had, and I hope I get your name right. If I don't, I'm really sorry because I'm not sure how to pronounce it. But Malavika wanted me to talk about Vampire Academy, which is a book series. In case you don't know, there's about I think 5, maybe 6 books in the series. I can't remember. Um, yeah, there's six in the series. Um, and she was wondering who my favorite characters were, which I love the series. I actually discovered it quite by accident. I just happened to be in the bookstore looking for something to read, and I saw that and it looked good. So I picked up the first book and read a few pages as you do, and fell in love with um, the style of writing and with Rose, the main character, who is very funny. Oh, she makes me laugh every time. Um, and then so yeah, I got the book, and then realised there was a couple more in the series, so I got them at the same time, and then got the next ones as each one came out. But yeah, Rose is one of my favourites. I also love Christian. Christian's very funny. Abe is quite funny later on. Um, and Sydney, I like Sydney as well. She's pretty cool. Um, I also like Victor. He's quite funny. I mean, he's evil, but he's quite funny. He has moments where he just says stuff that. And I know they're making a film of the first movie and potentially going to be turning the entire series into a series of films. I'm just hoping that they get the characters, like that the actors they get the right people for the parts, because there's always that worry when they turn one of your favourite book series into a movie that they're not going to do certain characters right. I mean, Harry Potter was done pretty well, but they still missed a ton of characters that should have been in it. As anyone who has read the books will know. Those of you who have seen the movies probably wouldn't. But and that's another thing that annoys me, when people do the whole, oh, I've read the books, you've only seen the movies, so you're not as good a fan. Well, I've read the books and seen the movies, but that doesn't make me any more of a fan than anyone else. I mean, just because someone only saw the movies, it doesn't make them less of a fan. It doesn't mean that they're less um, into the series. I mean, not everybody enjoys reading, and some people struggle to read, so it's just easier for them to watch the movies. But yeah, so I don't like it when people say, you're not as much of a fan because you haven't seen the movies, haven't read the books rather. Because yeah, it's just, we're all fans. I mean, you don't have to have done both to enjoy it. I mean, my some of my family have only seen the movies, and they still enjoy it quite a lot. I mean, they're not as obsessed as I am, but they still enjoy the series quite well. Um, I mean, me and my mum and my nan have read all of the books and seen all of the movies, but it doesn't make us any better than anyone else. Um, so yeah, I don't like that whole thing. Another thing that kind of frustrates me is the whole, oh, my favorite series is better than your favorite series. Usually it's the whole Harry Potter is better than Twilight thing. And it frustrates me because, I mean, granted, don't get me wrong, not everybody has to like Twilight, because I understand that there are some people that just don't like it, which is fair enough. But I don't get why people have to say, oh, you know, Harry Potter was written first, so it's better. Or um, J.K. Rowling writes better than Stephanie Meyer. Just because you don't like the way that Stephanie Meyer writes doesn't mean that she isn't a good writer. Because, it just means that you don't like the way she writes. And it doesn't make J.K. Rowling any better than her. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love J.K. Rowling. She's a great author. But it doesn't make her better than any other author. She's just a great author who has done quite well for herself and has written a brilliant series with brilliant characters. But I don't get how, since we're pretty much all book lovers, I don't get how people can sit there and go, oh, this series is better than that series because, you know, just because you don't like one series. I mean, I think as book lovers we should all just, you know, tolerate, well, not tolerate, but, like, if you don't like a series, then fair enough, just say you don't like it and move on. There's no need to sit there and go, oh, this stuff's stupid and that part's dumb and that's ridiculous and whatever else, because, you know, we all have different likes and dislikes. And, I mean, I know a few people who have read all three of the Hunger Games books but don't like them at all, whereas I love them. I've only read them each once, but I love them. and I think they were brilliant the way they were written. But as I said, I know people that have read all three books completely and can't stand them. So we all have different likes and dislikes. I know people that have read the entire Harry Potter series and didn't really get much out of it. So you never know. You never know what someone could be feeling or what their likes and dislikes are going to be. And we shouldn't judge each other for that. And I've turned this into a total kind of, I don't know, rant, really. But yeah, anyway, I'm going to leave it at that, guys, because I've just done a 10-minute video, and yeah, I will see you guys later. So yeah, put in the comments what your favourite donut is, and yeah, we'll have some fun.